Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jacob Ferguson, and this is the 100 subscriber special. Yeah! You guys have gotten me to 100 subscribers, and honestly, couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. It's actually 102. Maybe it's gone up since I've been recording this. It has been... I started this channel with what? Maybe All-Stars 8 content? Really, like, that's when I realistically started doing more Drag Race content, was for season 8 of All Stars, and I reviewed all of season 16, and we're not going to talk about season 17 and 18 because I didn't finish them. I finished them in real life, but you know what I mean. And then for both All Stars 10 and 9, I have been recording videos pretty consistently. And so to honor you guys and to honor the legacy of this channel, I did the necessary, what I think would be necessary in the evolution of this channel. I got myself a WoW Presents Plus subscription. And today, for a treat, and as well as we're going to be reviewing this season. Anyway, we're going to be reviewing Canada's All-Stars Season 1. I have never really reviewed a season outside of the US, and I'm pretty excited about this. My ultimate plan is to review every single season of this of every single franchise that is out there, because why not? My plan for the Versus the World seasons, besides like Down Under Versus the World, which will be weekly because I will be reviewing it weekly, we'll be doing 2 episodes per video. So starting with episodes 1 and 2, and then the next week will be 3 and 4, once I run out of new Drag Race content to talk about. With Canada's All-Stars, because there's only 6 episodes, I think I can get away with doing 2 episodes a week, maybe. We only have 1 episode of All-Stars 11 left, so that may change, but for right now, this is probably going to be the schedule. We're going to do Fridays and Sundays, give me a day to rest and do whatever else I need to do, and then start up. I am pretty stoked about talking about this season. Besides season 1 of Canada, I have not watched any of them. I've watched 1 episode of Versus the World because it was free on YouTube, and it was the 2nd season of that, and that was it. So I'm kind of, there's 7 queens here that I really just don't know very well. I only know Jackie and Pythia, and Jackie is because she's American, and Pythia is because I reviewed Halfway Global All-Stars. The reason that I stopped reviewing that was because I had, open heart surgery. So, yeah, I really couldn't review that in my hospital, but I don't think that would have brought views up. So, also, yes, I know I'm wearing this. Waist up, I'm giving. Let's not talk about waist down. Let's discuss Canada All-Stars, shall we? This is the 3rd franchise to get their own All-Stars. Mostly because RuPaul does not want to stay in the UK. Well, can I be completely honest? Rewatching both UK versus the World 2 and 3, you can tell how much RuPaul is having fun. Even more fun than when she's in the US. Like, where her actual, like... Not saying that any of these titles don't matter, because they do. But, like, when she's in, like, the biggest franchise that she has, she isn't really having as much fun as, speaking with the British queens. I have never, because when we review UK versus the World, watching RuPaul in real time fall in love with Tia Kofi is so nice to watch. And I'm so happy that, like, all of these Canadian queens and Jackie Cox, who is Canadian, she was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, are able to make Brooklyn laugh and get them on her side. And honestly, even though I'm going to talk a little bit of crap about a couple of them, like, they've done such an amazing job over in Canada, reinventing the wheel. There are challenges that I never thought would be challenges on Drag Race. The entire Devil Wears Prada esque like fashion show that they do almost every single season now, where they put Brooklyn in drag, is really really good. I don't like the way that they've been handling Snatch Game. However, I think that Snatch Game as an institution needs to semi be unchanged. I get why they changed it a little bit, because the last Snatch Game that they had on season 5 was absolutely atrocious. So splitting it up with the pick your poison thing made sense. Though I didn't want them to do that. I would have liked it if they had, you know, done Snatch Game the correct way. Um, but I do like their creativity and ingenuity. I don't know if we're even going to get a Snatch Game this season. It looks like with how things are going, we may, especially if they want to push who I think that they really want to push, or who I would want to push. But this season does have something interesting in it. I'm sorry, my nose is just like not feeling that great right now. They have done this beaver twist ever since season 4, and it has been one of the highlights of Canada now. Just giving the queens the opportunity to save somebody is really good, and I'm glad that they used it kind of in the UK versus the World season 3 season. Though I don't. I think they cut it off too early. That's just my opinion. Let's talk about this season though. Now, for an All Star season, I do think that 9 queens in 6 episodes is not enough. I would have wanted maybe, I don't know, 8 episodes, 10 queens, 8 episodes. And I get it. You guys want to do like the main franchise as well, and that has to have more episodes. But like, this is an All Stars. Treat it like an All Stars. And honestly, they are All Stars. We have Juicebox from season 1. She was the pork chop. Jackie Cox from season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race. A wild card that none of the Canadian queens really know how she's going to do. Pythia from Global All Stars and season 2 of Canada. A great sewer and probably one of the strongest competitors in Canadian Drag Race history. Michaela Couture, who was a makeover partner on season 2, got paired with the winner of the eventual season, though she was in the bottom of that episode. Isis Couture came back for Canada season 5 and was really a force in the competition, a presence in the competition. She was not afraid to let her opinion be known, and that was something that I really enjoyed about the clips that I watched. Again, I didn't actually get to watch the season because I didn't have a Represents Plus subscription at the time. We have Sammy Landry, who is probably one of the biggest fan favorite queens that they've had on Canada. Her TikToks have gone viral, and she has been very, very popular. She was the most popular queen on her season. We have Jada Shada Hudson, who was the runner-up on Canada season 3, and who I really liked and wanted to see win. Though again, I didn't watch her season. I wanted to see her win. Who else are we missing? Tiffany Ann Coe, who I got compared to one time, and while I don't see it, that comparison has actually made me want to root for her more. So thank you to whoever said that. And I think Aurora and Nira. Aurora and Nira are both from season 4. I'm sorry that I forgot about them. I did not really live for season 4 that much. Just personally, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed Kitten Caboodle and Melinda Verga, and that was about it. I have not watched their season, but those were the 2 that I found the most interesting. So when I watch the season to review it, I will absolutely let my thoughts on both of them be known. And we're going to be reviewing this season. Aurora from my perspective, when I was looking at the season while it was airing, I was not Team Aurora Matrix. In fact, I was Team Melinda Verga up until she got eliminated, and then I guess Venus. And Nira, I really didn't know a whole lot about, other than the fact that she could turn a lip sync. So, watching this episode, Aurora definitely turned me around on her personality. I really enjoy Aurora. Nira, we will talk about. And I think that is it. I think those are all of the queens that are competing. I am running every single one of them through my brain to try to think if I forgot anybody. Okay, so the first ever challenge on this season is the Miss Continental pageant. The queens had to do the like a little swimwear dance thing, which was really reminded me of the opener of a pageant. Perform a little talent number, and then they had to walk the runway in evening wear, eleganza or whatever they called it. So we have a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. So the great thing about Canada's workroom is that they have these alcoves that people can go into, and that's kind of like an alliance. So Sammy, Pythia, and Nira are all in an alcove, and we hear about Pythia, Sammy, and Nira talking about forming an alliance. And this is important. And I didn't know how important it was when I was watching this episode. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Because Sammy says something interesting. She's like, well, we could pass the beaver around the three of us and make sure none of them ever get it. And the problem is that for Sammy and Pythia, absolutely. I don't know what Nira's going to do. Because besides lip syncing, I don't know. I'm trying to think about every single episode that I think that she won the Rusical, but I think that was also Aurora Matrix. Nira won the lip sync slayoffs, and that was the only challenge win that she got, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up. Jada and Jackie immediately kind of form a bond. Jackie helps Jada pick up her luggage, and we see Jada being a little bit apprehensive that Jackie is there, and then slowly just be like, but you know what? I like her. She's hot. Let's do this. Which I agree, Jada. I don't know if I've already said this, but Jackie is, I think, the hottest person out of drag to come off the show, in just my opinion. And also, she knows what she did. She knows what she did back in the day. Okay? I don't think that she does it that much anymore. But she knows what she did. Love Jackie, though. Jackie was my favorite on season 12. I wanted her to win, mostly because she was hot. I was very upset that she got cut. Especially since one of those was, Ghoulface McGee with the bad decisions. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Pythia and Michaela, who also are trying to form an alliance. Michaela is very confident going into this, and Pythia kind of feels like this maternal aunt instinct with Michaela, because they were on a season together, even just for a brief moment, and like they know each other outside of this, and she kind of just wants to protect her. She wants to make sure that Michaela's going to be fine. And Michaela says, in no uncertain terms, that she and Pythia are in an alliance. But before she and Pythia were in an alliance, she's over there playing with my baby girl Tiffany and Co. And Michaela, I love you. I love the three of you, the two other people that you are making an alliance with. Also love them. In fact, if you had roped Jackie into the alliance, that would have been my top 4 right there. But do not play with my girl Tiffany. Quit playing with my girl Tiffany. Stop it. Stop. Bad Michaela. Okay? Tiffany doesn't deserve. Tiffany's mine. Okay, she don't you got a problem with her. You also do not have a problem with me because I find you sickening and I love you. So, I can't be mad at Michaela for doing this because I also am Team Michaela in all of this. But, like, mm. And then, of course, Juicebox and Aurora Matrix are kind of making a little video game gamers alliance. I know that Juicebox is a big gamer. She was just recently featured in a convention. I don't remember what it was, but congrats to her. And honestly, as far as like All Stars goes, I'm so glad that they got the first ever pork chop to come back for the first season of All Stars. I think that was needed for her. So everybody's talking about what talents they're gonna do, and all of a sudden, here comes Kathy Griffin. Yeah, Kathy Griffin walks in. Before Kathy Griffin even walks in, though, we get like a thing where we find out that Priyanka and Jumbo are gonna be the judges. We already knew that. Moving on, Kathy Griffin is here, and yeah, I love Kathy Griffin. Love Kathy Griffin. So glad that she's the first ever guest judge here. Um, and she gives them some really solid words of advice. Just be you and have fun. Um, and we see Jada relive her past trauma of being fucked by a ghost. We see Sammy Landry talk about her aesthetic choices and how much watching herself on season 6 helped her to realize that like she just needed to like refine her skills and become a little bit more fashionable, and she could rule the world, which I agree. Sammy, I have never instantly fallen in love with somebody as much as when Sammy Landry opened her mouth. I love that. I love this bitch. Like she got me immediately on her side. I love the like the raw unfinished edges of everything, but they're still finished. But you know what I mean. Like I love the tackiness. I love the dorkiness of Sammy. Like she just has this animalistic charisma that you cannot be bought or sold or taught even. Like she just has it. And she reminds me of like the Canadian Tammy Brown. Like anything that comes out of her mouth is just gonna be the wackadoo, and I live for it. I love her. Um, let's get into the. I'm not really gonna touch the swimwear stuff. I will say that Pythia's swimwear, that was the muscle bodysuit with the octopus, lived. Jackie's swimsuit was kind of bad. I love her, but why did we have a bird of paradise shawl on ourselves? Like why did we cover up the goodies? Okay, like take the tan thing off and have a breastplate and show us your tits. Like do something like that. Make it sexy. The thing about Jackie this episode is that it was kind of sad. She gets really defeated on herself easily, and like I think that if she wasn't in a place that was so not foreign to her, but like I think that if she was on American Drag Race, she probably would have done a little bit better here. But like she kind of looked defeated the second that she walked out. It's like, why even say yes to this, honey? Like, be confident. I love you. I love Jackie Cox, but you weren't confident, and I was a little bit sad because you're Jackie motherfucking Cox. You looked at Heidi with your little thingy and went, "Don't talk about my husband." Like you're Jackie Cox, girl. You got this. Quit overthinking. You're gonna be fine. It's what I would say if she was fine, and how wrong I was. Talking about the talent numbers were definitely not the strongest. I think that the strongest talent numbers were the ones in the top. Pythia, um, Aurora and Sammy all had talent shows that I really, really enjoyed. We'll go down the line, starting with we're gonna do a little bit of Raider Queen. Um, Cause why not? Why not? Why not have a little bit of Raider Queen? I realized that with Jada's picture, I did not take a great picture of her. I do apologize, but go watch the episode on Raw Presents Plus if you want to. Let's start with numero uno. Which is Pythia. So Pythia did a Greek-style wedding dance, which anybody who's been to the Greek festival has seen Greek dancing before. Or, anybody who's lived in Greece, or it's Greek dancing. I really enjoyed this. I loved her putting the bottle on her head. I loved her picking up the table with her mouth, and then she showed the her hairy chest, and it was comedy. I genuinely enjoyed everything that Pythia did, and she proved, like Kennedy Davenport did in during her bracket, why she deserved to be brought back another time. This runway look is so amazing. Like, first off, the breastplate, amazing. The makeup, amazing. The dress, amazing. And then we have the elegant, the regal. I'm going to call him Steve. And Steve is the best part of... I love Steve. I'm sorry. Like, Pythia knows when she's walking the runway how to do that runway correctly. I don't think that we're going to get a single miss of a runway. And I really do hope that this season is rigged for Pythia. Because out of this cast of queens, even with Jackie being here, there is nobody else who deserves this title more, I would say, than Pythia does. Though, again, it's only episode 1, we don't know. I may fall in love with somebody else, like Aurora. I hope, I have fallen in love with Aurora, but I may fall in love with Aurora more than Pythia. I don't know. Because Aurora is, of course, second place here. Hers was a reveal, but this look was such an amazing look on its own. And then when she revealed this, I didn't get a full picture of the reveal, but when she revealed this dress, it was magnificent. I really enjoyed the headpiece here. I enjoyed the gold. I enjoyed the white. I enjoyed the dragons. She did a Chinese dance. It was definitely Chinese inspired. She had the dragon. She did cartwheels, and it was just a really, really fun performance. She brought the energy up. And I think where Pythia went more comedy, she went more serious with it, and she was able to do something that was culturally relevant to her, and I love that. She really did turn me around on her. I really enjoyed everything about her. Both of them get 2 creams. Next up is Sami Landry. And this look is just stupid, and I love it. I love that it is pink leopard print. You can barely see the leopard print, but then you have the bow in the back, the hair, the leg, just out. And then she does this, I don't even know what to call it, clogging routine. And it was short. It was very short. In fact, that's the thing that I will say. All of these things were very short. They were 30 seconds long. But Sammy in 30 seconds just went, okay, this is who I am. This is what you're getting all season. And if you don't like it, too bad. Because this is me, and I'm just like, yes, and I am instantly like Team Sammy now. Like you have convinced me. She only gets third because I just think that the other two's runways were a lot better. Despite how beautiful and dorky and stupid this is, there are some like styling things that she could have kind of done. Like if she wanted to go full puss with this, she could have. But like I just think that the other two's runways were just va va voom wow, and this one is wow, but not the va va voom part. I don't think. So she gets two creams because she did amazing. Numero cuatro, or four, or whatever you want to call it at this point, is going to be Michaela Couture. I really, 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 really enjoyed Michaela's spoken word, but again, it was a bit too short. I wanted a bit more of something. Because it was just, she just kind of stood there. She said, spotlight. And then she talked about taking her estrogen pill, and then made a joke about being still flat chested, and that was it. And while it was hilarious, and I loved it, I wanted it to go on for a bit longer, like maybe have a little bit more of like a reveal, maybe talk about like, I don't know, a lot more stuff having to do with estrogen. But that's my only complaint. For what we got, she did really, really well. This look is, she said, inspired by Chris Tucker and Fifth Element. I definitely see that with the collar and with all of this, and the fact that it is leopard print, and also this like style of thing. And I love the fact that we're paying homage to Fifth Element and to Chris Tucker and all of that. But like this is one of those things that I think has been really, really, really overdone on the runway. Heidi has done it. Michaela's done it now, and there have been a couple of others I know that have at least taken inspiration from Chris Tucker and Fifth Element. And while that's not, again, not a bad thing, I do think that like it's a couple hours away of overstaying its welcome. But for what this is, she looks fabulous. For Michaela Couture, I was semi-expecting a tad bit more, but what she provided was still adequate enough. I really enjoy this look. It is a cream. And her challenge show is also a cream. She did a good job. Again, it was a bit too short, but it is what it is. Next up is Tiffany & Co. And this runway look is really beautiful. I really enjoy it. Her hair, if I zoom in a bit, yeah, her hair looks nice. I would have wanted it to be maybe a bit, I don't know. She has a lot going on, like, there. You don't want it to be too much of, like, an updo, but, like, a different hairstyle in this could have been a little bit nicer, but she still looks kind. I love the outfit on her. I love the silver on her. Her talent show, she had that light pole thing that she was swinging around. And I mean, like, it was cute, but I don't really think that it went anywhere farther than that. But it was cute. I liked it. It was a cream. And Tiffany, unless she does something really putrid on the runway, will always get a cream in my book because I like her. Now, I would have put Jada higher. I would have. If I remembered to do it. So let's go ahead and talk about Jada because I did not get a great picture of her. I'm sorry. The mug is stamped. You just can't see the mug. This runway look, she didn't have to do this. She didn't have to go, y'all, too bad. Like, I'm gonna give it to you. Besides Pythia, like, this is my favorite look of the night. She did a really good job with the reds and the blacks and the black hair that's an updo. Like, everything looks perfection. And I enjoyed her, like, tribal dance as well. Though, I personally think it didn't really go anywhere. It was funny, but, like, I don't know. I don't want to be offensive because I do enjoy that style of dance, and I do enjoy Jada Shada Hudson, and I did enjoy the talent show, but I just felt like it was a bit like, I don't know if the movements were precise. Do you know what I mean? Like, it did seem like she was doing these dance moves and they weren't really like choreographed. But that might just be what the dance is, and that's just how they do the dance. Anybody in the comments section who would like to politely let me know about that, that would be very nice. But for me, it is going to get a cream. She did a really good job. I don't know if all of the movements were intentional or not, and it kind of made it look a itty bit sloppy. But I enjoyed it. She did a really great job. She was number 6. We've already done the top 3. Plus, yeah, she was number 6. Let's talk about Jackie Cox. So this runway look is really great. The problem is that Jackie Cox came out here and went, I'm gonna walk out like this. Jackie, baby, sweetheart, I love you. Walk, serve the garment, do it. She did her little thing like this. This needed to be like this, okay? Like, you needed to like smile, bring the runway energy, bring the bam, you know, all that. And you walked like you were a used car salesman that really didn't live for the car that he was trying to sell. And it's like, sell the car, sell the garment. Like, this garment is beautiful, sell it. Do it. You got this. You're doing a good job. For you. You know, like, I don't know. And then her talent show was interesting. It was good, but I think it was, she went to Lucy LaDuca School of Singing Live. And I really wish that it went a lot more places, just like with Jada's. I just wanted it to be bigger, more, do more, do more. Like, I would have done something like being back in Canada, like I don't know. It just disappointed me because I know what Jackie can do, and I see it, and I love her, and it just frustrates me that she didn't nail it on the head the first time. Because if she ever comes back to U.S. All Stars, was that going to say about the fact that she went home first on a Canadian All Stars? You know, so I really love Jackie, but that was a crunch. This runway look though is a cream. Just sell it. Just sell the garment, okay? Next up is Juice Box. Let's talk about Juice Box. I didn't live. Both things are going to be a crunch. I understand that she's at first out. Maybe she did not have the amount of resources that the other queens had, and none of this is going against her. I love Juice Box, but the look is sort of basic for me. I don't really get like opulent evening wear out of it. It does look, I don't know why I just said that. It looks gorgeous. I do think that there are like I would have done a different hair with it, but like, she looks great. She does. It's not going to be a cream though, because I just think that she could have done a tad bit better. I don't know, and especially in the talent show, she deadlifted a man like 3 times. That was it. I'm not saying that I could pick a man up 3 times, but what I'm saying is that in the time that it took you to pick up a man 3 times, you could have had a better talent show ready. I'm just saying, I would have lived for a musical number about video games. Like a song about being a gamer. You know, you could call it Gamer. Gaymer. And have like little random video game sounds. And you could have done that. Or like a musical number where you start out sitting in a streaming chair and you turn around and it's like but I'm not here to sit down and you throw off the headset and like do something. I don't know, but like this was just not good. Like it wasn't a necessary talent. And for what the show is now, I really wish that she had brought something different. That isn't to say that I don't love Juicebox or admire her for coming back and doing something different. She did something very different that we haven't ever seen before. I would just have liked it to have been like good. I also agree with the judges that she was kind of like in her head and off in the distance. But I mean, I don't really know what they would have expected out of her. This is the first time that she's really done anything since her first episode because Joel didn't want to keep her and wanted to give her a panic attack. Thanks for that, by the way. Last but certainly not least, though, is Nira enough. Now, I don't want to spend this entire season disliking Nira. So I hope for her sake that she convinces me not to do that. Because from what I've seen from her this episode, I don't live. And I don't know if she's going to make it the entire season. She may not. She may be eliminated next episode for all I know. And I'm not going to sit here and bash her because honestly I don't know her. This is the first time I've seen her on a show. And honestly, getting into the runway look, this on any other season probably would have been safe. I like it for what it is. I don't like the bob, but I distinctly remember her wearing bobs multiple times during her original season. Or maybe it was just that once that she did that during her and Beyonce Chanel's fight. But this look is nice. I like it. However, when we have Pythia walking out with a peacock on a gold chain with Steve, okay? When we have Jada Hudson, who looks like, Taka from Moana lit her dress on fire. When we have Sammy Laundry doing, funny leopard print, this look does not really stack up to the rest of them. And it's funny that I would mention stack up because that's exactly what she did for her talent show. For a queen that lip syncs, and a queen that bucks, and a queen that does what Near Enough does, I was thoroughly disappointed that she chose to do something that was so stupid. Because here's the thing. If Sammy, I don't even know, Sammy, walked out and did that, I would have lived. Because Sammy is known for doing something stupid. Because she did that for the talent show. She did her low clogging routine. And now, that might actually also have cultural reference, so I'm not going to... sorry for calling it stupid. But, like, Nira stacked cups. She stacked cups. Let me explain the reasonings of me not living for Nira enough. Okay? Because I don't know her personally, and honestly, like, I like that she is here because she's bringing really, really great TV. And I think that after this season, I will love her. But let me explain the path that we are on. She stacked cups, then was a bitch and untucked. Those are the two reasons, and also the runway was kind of just safe for me. Those are the reasons that I just didn't necessarily live for her this episode. And I would like to say that my opinion changed after the episode, but it clearly has not. And I think it is just because this just wasn't her episode. She was put in a position where she had her back up against the wall. Because, spoiler alert, we have a new sort of, like, twist this episode, this season, where instead of the winner of the challenge getting to choose who they give the Golden Beaver to, it is now a roomocracy. Everybody but the bottom three, though I do think the bottom three deserve to have a vote as well. will vote for the queen that they think they would like to see stay around, and the other two will lip sync for their lives, and one of them will be sent home. And the bottom three this week were Jackie, Nira, and Juicebox. Couldn't agree more. All three of them had pretty not good talents. And though I did like Jackie's runway, she didn't sell it very well, so she was put in the bottom three. In the top three, we have the top three that I talked about: Aurora, Sammy, and Pythia. And the winner is Pythia, and I wholeheartedly agree. And then they vote. I'm not going to really talk about who everybody's voting for, though I wanted Jackie to stay. I wanted it to be a Nira versus Juicebox lip sync, because I like Jackie. They ended up saving Juicebox because, unlike Lemon on Canada versus the World Season 2 with La Kahena, they wanted Juicebox to get to show off a bit more. So she is going to get to show off a bit more. And Jackie and Nira are yeeted into the bottom, where they have to lip sync to "Where Is My Husband" by Ray, one of the breakout songs that of I think 2025, which I live for, but my brother doesn't. I started singing it the other day, and my brother said, "Please, no." So anyway, this lip sync was really fun. Jackie and Nira both gave it their all, but Nira cleared. She did what she needed to do to stay, and I can't be mad at Nira for doing that. In fact, it made me like her a tad bit more. Though, again, I'm not rooting for her currently. Who I am rooting for, and who I think production really wants to win, is Pythia. And if I had to choose a top four, it would be Pythia, Michaela Couture, Sammy Landry, and maybe Jada Shada Hudson or Aurora Matrix. I think would be a great thing. Tiffany, I want to see succeed, but I don't think is going to, because out of everybody, here's my tea. The only if you're not a really big name in the Drag Race franchises, and you get put on a season of All Stars, where the most I think Tiffany could make would be top four, but they're definitely not going to crown her, because they want to crown somebody who has made a big impact before. I think that if on especially the first season, you need to have a winner that is going to be like, oh, they should have won the first time, like Aurora or Jada or Michaela or Pythia. So I think that it is probably going to be a tight race between Pythia and Aurora, maybe with a bit of Michaela and Jada in there, but I'm also just Team Sammy. I want Sammy to succeed. Who are you guys rooting for? Leave your comments down below. I've been Jacob Ferguson. Thank you again for getting me to 100 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Love you guys. See you on Friday. Bye.